Today is Tuesday, April 11th of 2023. We are live in the YouTube universe. This is Jose JG. Today we're going to talk about all kinds of good stuff. We are in the Discord server Daily Boom. Find the link in the description box. Join us there. I have a few videos that we're going to take a little look. We're going to analyze. I found those on... what's the name of that thing? Rumble. I found some good videos on Rumble. We're going to take a little look. We're going to talk about conspiracies surrounding the death of Bob Super Noodle Doodle. Rest in peace. We're going to welcome everybody. Hopefully we get a flare or two that we can engage and interact in real time. Much more. I appreciate it if you support me with PayPal or Super Chat. And we're going to begin this by hitting the intro. Let's do it. You got 5 minutes to call you mama and call you papa. Share the show. Hit the like. Boom.
Our number one troll, guys. Jose is in the house. Everyone, welcome Jose, our number one troll. Troll responsibly. You know it, man. Only Jose does it well.
I'm still stuck on that thing about Jose JG Gonzalez being a wanker.
No, that's not trolling, Jose.
But Jose, you seem to be talking through me a lot.
So this is about the character, Jose. This is not about the argument.
That's my problem with Jose, is that he's saying just straight up BS. He's just trolling.
Yeah, he does seem to be trolling. I agree.
It's crazy. It's crazy trolling.
He's not playing the neutral place. I mean, I'm more neutral than Jose's, put it that way.
Jose, you in a mood today, bro?
You know what, Jose? I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know about Jose.
I've got to be honest, Jose. Of the two resident globe heads, you are my favourite.
Jose, JP, is responsible trolling okay? I don't know what you mean by is responsible trolling. Oh.
No one's got time for that. So, responsible trolling is okay. All right. Bro.
I kissed a guy.
Nautical miles are and nautical miles, okay?
You notice this angle now gets wider. It's much wider. Wider here. But look what happened here. Frame.
A sextant and a map. And you want to take this one off first. Make sure that valve is good and tight. We could get a little bit of spitfire. Terrestrial refraction. But that's about it.
Here on the
Daily Boom.
in a metal retardation center costing
PayPal and Super Chat
will be built is to identify all of the causes of mental retardation and to develop more effective techniques of treatment and rehabilitation. The ability to prevent mental retardation is our ultimate goal. To reach this point,
YouTube, Discord, participants,
and the federal government have all come a long way.
Now, many of these
flat earthers
so severely retarded that it would be difficult, if not impossible, to take care of them at home. So all we can offer them is good care and sympathetic understanding. But there are other
flat earther
in these institutions who really need not be there. Those are the ones that are classed as trainable or educable, and you'll hear more about them later.
Are we resorting to comedy hour now? Obviously, Gravity, La La Land is reserved for special people that double speak, that say open is closed, closed is open. La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously. La La Land, La La Land, La La Land, we are in La La Land. Gravity, obviously.
Are you ready? Call your mama, call your papa, call your friends. The festivities are about to begin. Boom!
Hello, folks. This is Barack Obama. You are watching The Daily Boom with my man, Jose JG. Boom.
Boom. Sorry, I was caught up typing in the chat, trying to figure it out who's Tom Monkey was talking about. It's Ali B. He doesn't have a wig. I love it, man. That was Ali B. He doesn't have a wig. No? Let me see. I got to figure it out. Oop. Sorry if I'm a little too loud. I'm trying to figure out who are you talking about. All right, let me see. There's somebody with a wig, you say. Oh, that guy is Mr. Thrive and Survive? Tell me. Yeah, probably that's the one you're talking about, Mr. Thrive and Survive. There you go. I mean, he might, yeah. Yeah, he might have a wig. He might have had a wig, yeah. Probably, for real. All right, I'm gonna open the Discord server, Daily Boom. The voice chat is open. If you are a part of it, we will be in the Daily Boom live text chat, and we'll be hanging in there to post links and all that good shenanigan. How is the audio now? If I talk just normally like this from far away, hope it's not too bad, too loud, and popping. If it's booming, it's okay, but if it's popping, it's not. I got the fucking hiccups. What the hell? Shout out to everybody. Thank you for coming in. It is day one. Day one of a promise I'm making myself of doing the show daily. It doesn't matter at what time. I'm going to try to do the show roughly around this time, a little earlier than this time. This is actually later than usual. I'm going to try to do a little earlier, but this is day one. And hopefully, knock on wood, it's not gonna be like day three. I'm gonna just give up and not do it. No. I'm gonna be on. So shout out to everybody. Thank you for your patience. Shout out to Fred Bailey, Citizen9, Stone Monkey, Farmer's Boy in the chat box, Gary Webenga, Extra J. Over here we got Farmer's Boy and Leo. Farmers, hello.
Hello. Good evening. And it definitely is definitely is evening over here.
And Leo is not here.
Hello. Yes, I'm not here. I'm over there. I'm not here.
Very good. Very good to know. Yeah. Very
glad we cleared that up.
Very educational. Last shout out I gotta do is to hit the like button for those who are watching now or recorded. If you caught this later, hit the like. And support the channel. Please support on PayPal. I'm in a tough and dark corner. Whatever anybody can hit me up. I really appreciate it. Not mandatory, but I would really appreciate it. If you cannot, you don't trust PayPal, then do the super chat for whoever is watching. And most important, actually, for that's very important for me because I really do need it. It is to join us on Discord on the Daily Boom. So if you have a voice, you should join us on the Discord server Daily Boom. Come on, hang out with us and let's talk about stuff.
I would like to provide evidence that I'm over there, okay?
Okay.
I live in the United States. Farmer's boy lives in England.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm over there from England. So therefore I am over there. And Jose lives in Florida, and I live in Arizona. And therefore I'm over there from Florida.
Yeah, okay. What?
All right. I don't know, but we should ask. I got into playing with ChatGPT, just trying it because everybody's trying it. Have you tried this? Have you heard it, or have you tried it, Farmer's Boy and Leo?
I know of it, but no, I certainly haven't. I haven't tried it out or had to play with it. So.
Yes, I have extensively, and
Talk to me. What's your experience with it?
I'm finding out that it's not as correct as I once thought it was.
Oh, give me an example of something, that didn't get right.
I give a specific quote, but I only quote half the quote, and I've read the rest of the quote and know where I'm reading it from, and it will give me a portion of the quote, but further on from where I left off. So it's not 100% accurate. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Stingray is here. How you doing, Stingray?
Yeah, I'm all right. How's it?
ChatGPT. What can you tell me about it?
It's a it's a neural network learning model based on language and algorithmic linking that provides logical assembly of paths through the trained data, which is collectively everybody's kind of stated knowledge that it collected from the internet, which is so ChatGPT is a culmination of the average intelligence of human beings on the internet. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense somehow. Now we're gonna do a SZ. Randy, you wanna say hello? Mic check. If not, you're welcome to talk anytime. We're gonna do a test live here on ChatGPT. Okay, we're gonna have a new chat. I got it on screen right now for everybody. Hopefully you're watching my screen share. Let's ask it to write the story of Farmer's Boy and Leo.
Can I predict what it will say?
Awesome friendship. How about that?
True. Well,
Is
that's
that
a
good?
true statement, but here's the thing I'm predicting it will say. I don't know Farmer's Boy and I don't know Lale, so I can't give you any further information or something to that extent.
We're gonna go for it. We're gonna hit enter, and here we go. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green fields, there lived a young boy named Farmer's Boy. Farmer's Boy was an orphan and lived with his grandparents, who were also farmers. He had a deep love for nature.
Farmer's Boy is a farmer.
He had a deep love for nature and spent most of his time tending to the crops and animals. Farmer's Boy was a hardworking and kind boy, but he was also lonely as he had no friends his age to play with. I gotta with my glasses on. I'm struggling. Okay. One sunny day, as Farmer's Boy was tending the crops, he noticed a girl around his age walking towards him. The girl's name was Lale.
You know what, though? Ironically enough, the name Lale is a Hebrew name, and it's most commonly recognized as a girl's name.
All right, hey, we're gonna finish this up. I hope it's not. It's a little bit long. Okay. The girl's name was Lel, and she had just moved to the village with her family. Lel was curious about the farm and asked Farmer's Boy about his work. Farmer's Boy was shy at first, but he quickly warmed up to Lel's friendly personality, and the two began talking about their shared love for nature. From that day on, Farmer and Lel became inseparable friends. They spent their days exploring the village and surrounding countryside, discovering new plants and animals, and helping each other with their work. Farmer taught Lel about farming and how to take care of animals, while Lel showed farmers how to identify different types of plants and insects. As they grew older, their friendship only grew older. They shared their dreams and
Stronger.
aspirations with each
Stronger,
other.
not older.
Oh, they grew stronger. Okay, who do we have over here? Hot miking.
That'll be Randy.
Hey, Randy, you hot mic in there a little bit. I'm not gonna. I'm not showing your screen. I'm not gonna show it. You got all kinds of weird like symbolism in the background, bro.
Man, just buy Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin.
Nah, not interested, man.
Buy Bitcoin, bro. Trust me.
Nah, I'm alright.
Dear. Yep.
Okay, here we go. Years passed, and Farmer's Boy and Lel both achieved their dreams. Their friendship was a statement of power and true friendship at the joys of sharing common love for nature. Farmer's Boy and Lel bond lasted a lifetime, and their story became a legend in the village, inspiring generations of children to pursue their dreams and cherish their friendships. It could have been better if I put, I don't know, a different name. He kind of put it as a female, but you know what?
That's
It wasn't too bad. It was a good
That's
example.
funny. You should add in there, what does Jumungus think of Lale in Farmer's Boy's friendship?
All right. Any thoughts on that example?
That's a cool story. Type in the word continue.
I did.
Really?
No, I'm gonna ask, why does Jumungus love Farmer's Boy and the other Merle so much? As a question.
Because he does.
I think that's a legit question, right?
Yeah.
Let's ask ChatGPT. Here we go. Okay. Oh. Send.
When you ask a direct question,
hey, it still gave me something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an AI, he doesn't have access to a specific information regarding the three of you. However, in general, people tend to love and form strong bonds with others based on common interests, shared experiences, and positive qualities they admire in one another. It's possible that Jumungus loves Farmer's Boy and the other Merle because they share common interests, have gone through similar experiences, or possess qualities that Jumungus values and admires, such as kindness, loyalty, or a good sense of humor. Ultimately, the reasons for someone's love and affection towards others are deeply personal and can vary greatly from person to person. That's solid.
Yep.
Yep, now we know about Jumungus.
Mm.
And his love for Lale and the other Merle. I mean, Farmer's Boy and the other Merle.
Thank you, Stingray, for that recommendation. I just did that. Farmer's Boy, how does ChatGPT works for layman's terms? Because he gives, I mean, he's got a very articulated, vocabulary, and he makes stuff up. I mean, like, he may create stories very well, somehow well written.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone. Just going from my name, Farmer's Boy, it's presumed that I'm a farmer, which obviously not, but my dad was, and of course it makes the guess that my grandparents are farmers. Well, yes, on my father's side, strangely enough, that granddad was a farmer. The other one wasn't. But yeah, that's a safe assumption to make. If somebody's calling themselves Farmer's Boy, they've got links with farming, so it's assumed that I'm a farmer, which yeah, it's fair enough. It's a fair assumption to make, and yeah,
The
you
Stingray.
can't fault it for that, I guess.
Let me add the Stingray because the Stingray thing with creating AI and stuff like that and computer stuff. How does it work? Does it just get ideas from existing like PIs, or is it like new ideas and stuff?
Well, there's only to a neural network. There's only two. Well, there's different neural networks. I won't go into what regression.
Try not to,
networks are or
try
things
not
like
to
that,
lose me. Explain to me in easy terms.
So imagine imagine you've only got two components. You've got a vast amount of information that is on a scale incredibly stupid all the way to incredibly intelligent and correct. Yeah.
Okay.
It cannot distinguish any of that. It needs to be told. So you've got two sets of data to start off with. You've got that it needs. So you've got the available information, and then you've got what it's been told is correct and not correct.
Okay.
And then from that, you can build a language model for then it to be able to discern kind of the language part of it. But then the context part of it, it still is required to be told what's correct in order for it to know what's correct, and kind of have that reinforcement many times over. So an example would be, you can ask it very simple questions, which it will get incredibly confidently wrong.
Okay, let's do an example about. Let's do an example about the like. Why is the Earth not a globe, for example, right? Do you think that's a good example, or like giving it a negative as a positive, or give me a better example?
Yeah, well, you can try. You can try. Wait a minute. I'll do a search and find something. It'll definitely fail on.
Let me see. Why is the Earth not a globe? Do you think predictions about what answer we're gonna get with this question?
It will actually correct, yeah.
It'll answer it correct and give you the reasons why it is a globe. I've already asked it that question. That's how I know that.
Really? Okay, let's give it a try. Here we go. Question is, why is the Earth not a globe? As an AI model, he have trained with a lot of data information and with high degree of certainty that the Earth is indeed a globe or a sphere. Etc., etc., and a lot of information on why that's a fact about the Earth being a sphere. How about that?
All right, ask it, what is the Zetetic Society? That's ZETETIC.
What is the Zetetic Society?
I just want to see if it gives you a different answer than me.
It was a small organization from 19th to 20th century, founded in England in the late 1800s by Samuel Rowbotham, dedicated to promoting a belief in the flat Earth. Is that roughly what you got?
Well, I think I asked it more questions. I asked when it was founded, and it told me it was actually founded in 1838.
1876 over here by Samuel Rowbotham.
Yeah, I don't know, but it told me 1836. And you can actually find I found a link, and there's pamphlets published in the 1830s and 40s about the flat Earth, and books. So obviously the society was before 1876, but there was stuff published by the society in the 1840s.
Okay. All right, everybody watching in chat, we don't have enough likes. Please hit the like button and join us in Discord. Stingray, did you find a good example question that will give me like?
Yeah. So do this. We'll make something up. Do
Start a new chat. Start a new one.
No,
Chat.
no, you don't have to start a new chat. Just do what is,
Just right there.
and then do the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the multiply sign. So space, and then the multiply sign. It's above 8. It's asterisk is the multiply sign. And times that by 333, let's say. Now ask it what that is, and and then all you need to do is take that number and also enter it in Google.
Okay, I'm gonna copy this number. Copy. We're gonna do it here first. What is this, right? This is a
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we're gonna ask here, and then we're gonna go to Google. The answer to that is 41. What's that? Trillions? 41 billion.
Billion. Yeah.
36
Ask
million.
Google.
Okay. And let's ask Google.
Now, one of those is correct. Which one do you trust?
I think I'll trust the calculator.
There you go. Now, didn't ChatGPT seem a little bit overconfident, even telling you how it worked it out? Now, just write, are you sure that's correct? It seems wrong.
Whoa.
So just follow it up. Just ask ChatGPT now. That seems wrong. Are you sure it's correct? Question mark. And let's see how confused we can get it.
That seems wrong. Are you sure? I'm sorry, I'm slow. But it's very well. Oh, wait, I put the wrong hyphen thing. Okay, that's perfect.
It doesn't matter. It will know.
Are you sure that's correct? I apologize. I made a mistake in my previous response. The correct answer to this equation is, again, 41 billion 152.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no, it's still wrong.
So it realized it made a mistake, and then it thinks, no, I'm going to correct myself. Thank you for the correction. Here you go.
Ask it if he
But it's still wrong. Correct. It's still wrong.
I know. It will still be wrong, and it will still be wrong, and it will still be wrong.
Let me see. That answer is still incorrect. Why? Damn, that's
Good
rough.
question.
Good question, right? I apologize again for the error of my previous responses. It's actually 41 billion 049. It's still wrong. Dude, not this nor that. I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. I apologize for the confusion that I might have caused.
So when you get students in the future making batshit weird answers about incredibly simple calculations, this is why.
Holy shit. That is crazy. That is crazy.
So in answer to your question, ChatGPT is actually incredibly useful sometimes in a very tight context. And then it just starts going batshit crazy because it's not AI. It's a machine learning model, and it's only as good as the data that it assumed was correct.
Okay. Yeah, this is as for 2021, if I'm not mistaken, it says here somewhere.
I hazard a guess that before the dawn of the dinosaurs, that mathematical calculation would still resolve to a correct number if you did it by hand. The advent of the internet doesn't change that simple logic.
That is crazy, man. What do you guys think about that? Nestle, how you doing, brother? C4, shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, I have to agree with Stingray. Like, I mean, people seem to think ChatGPT is some kind of AI, but it isn't.
It's like a god. God
It-
AI.
it's basically a fancy algorithm.
Pulse is an artificial intelligence, just not a very high intelligence. That is something.
I tried it with a different one, Stingray. I tried it with 444 times 444, and it still got it wrong.
Wow. Oh, hold on. I got a question. How much is 5 divided by 0? What will it answer? What do you think? Here we
I
go.
think it will get this one correct.
Division by 0 is undefined in mathematics. It is impossible to divide numbers by 0, including 5. This is because division is the process of finding out how many times one number fits into another, and it makes no sense to us how many times 0 can fit into a non-zero number, including 5. Therefore, the expression 5 divided by 0 is not a valid mathematical operation.
Jose, ask it. What is 1 meter in kilometers?
1 meter in kilometers. All right, here we go. Oh, sorry. 1 meter is equal to 0.001 kilometers. This is because there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. Therefore, to convert from meters to kilometers, you divide the number of meters by 1,000. So 1 meter divided by 1,000.
Now, Jose, say, are you sure you don't times it by 1,000?
Are you sure you don't
multiply by 1,000?
Oh, are you sure you don't apply? Okay, that's a good question. You are correct. I apologize for the mistake in my previous response. To convert meters to kilometers, we need to multiply the number of meters by 0.001. Therefore, 1 meter is equal to 0.001 kilometers. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, and please let me know if you have any further questions.
So now, in just one step, starting off with the classic Nathan Oakley fuck up, you've now managed to get it to affirm that you are correct while sticking also to what it previously said, which is obviously a dichotomy.
How can this be wrong? Let me ask a question. Is Chris very correct about my show? Oh, that's a good question. He say, amazing show, Jose, reading chat GPT text. Okay, I know that's sarcastic, but I'm going to ask that question to chat GPT. I'm sorry, but an AI model do not have enough context. So which show and Chris Berry are you referring to? Can you please provide more information? The Jose JG show on YouTube. Let's see if he can answer that now. He got more information. He doesn't have the ability to determine accuracy or validity of a personal opinion. Therefore, I cannot determine whether Chris Berry's opinion regarding the Jose JG show on YouTube is correct or not. So, what's the answer? What's the answer, Chris? Thank you. What if I type thank you? What will it tell me? You're welcome? Oh, man. All right, let's switch shifts for a minute here. I'm gonna leave that one open in the background. I have a few clips I want to share. I found this on Rumble. I went on Rumble because I was watching Power Slap, some new slapping competition, and then I said, like, is there any content for like flat Earth and stuff? And this is Flat out, flat earth. The deception continues. We are going to entertain and we're going to see what this dude has to say for a little bit. And you guys tell me how many times he is correct or incorrect. And what do you think about his approach? I don't know how long he's been looking into the topic of flat earth, but I think we're going to have a better idea when I hit play. Chris Berry, you're here first before we play this. Give us your thoughts. I got ChatGPT back here before we go back. What's up, Chris?
What's up?
All is good?
What's going on?
What do you think about that ChatGPT? It's the first time that I play with this, like over here on air.
Yeah, I just started using it recently myself, like maybe 2 weeks ago, and the concept is really cool, but the application's not perfected. You know, like you said, you saw it. It's doing basic math wrong. So you're like, how is a supposed AI, which is built on ones and zeros and you know, programming, and programming is all ones and zeros. How is it not doing the basic ones and zeros right? So then you're asking, what else is it getting wrong? So it's scary because, like, when the first AI robots come out, you know, the first Terminators come out, it's going to be like, oops, I wiped out those school kids because, you know, XYZ reasons. And then they're going to have to go do a software update to patch the reason that the AI robot wiped out a bunch of school kids, right? That's going to happen.
Although, Chris, it's not AI. A neural network is not AI, so to speak. It's just a it's a link between an input and a probabilistic result. That's it. So, so an example is what I work with daily is a vision neural network. So I input an arrangement of pixels that are just pixels, and then it looks up in a semi-fuzzy way what it looks like based on what it's been trained on. I won't go into it, but you have it's vector math basically, and you have super vectors to get to the end result. All the language model is for ChatGPT is kind of a cascading evaluation of that. It's not what you would consider AI at all. It's more like a predetermined outcome, and the reason it gets maths wrong is a programmer didn't program it. It got trained from data.
Well, that is the definition of AI, is when it has its own learning capabilities. So I don't want to split hairs and say, oh, it is AI or it isn't. To me and to the lay people, it is. They're saying it's AI. If you want to get super duper pooper technical and say it's not, fine. But you know, it's a form of AI. Like you just said, if no one's programmed it to give you the answer, then how is it doing it?
Because it does it based on a language model and affirmative training. You need lots of training data, and a human being or another determinate source based off human being logic, and this is where the error comes in, needs to train the model on what is correct or most probabilistically correct. So it's not go away and learn. It's here's training data. This is how you evaluate, and it's the same as if I was asking a child, go out into the world, get all the input that you can, and I'm going to tell this child approximately, if you see this happen, if you see this happen, these are good things. If you see this happen, this happen, these are bad things. That doesn't cover everything. And I could sit there with that child and say, hey, this is how you work out what's good, regardless of the context. This is how you work out what's bad, regardless of the context. And then there's a range in between, which is the probability of it either being good or bad, right? Go out into the world and gather everything and just decide, and then come back, and I'm going to ask you random questions and give me the answer of what's good and bad based on the context that I give you. That's not AI in my sense. That's just a neural network coming back with these are the these are the answers based on the inputs that you gave me, the parameters that you gave me, and then the data that I've trained on.
Right. The thing that impresses me, and again, I'm easily impressed about this technology, is it's fun to say something like, and I'm just going to use a very simple example. Tell me the name of a planet in our solar system. Well, you could easily program that in if you were a programmer to say, okay, they mentioned the keyword planet and they mentioned solar system or our solar system. So I'm going to choose from a list, right, a variable list of the however many planets, I don't know anymore, 9 or whatever it is, planets in our solar system. And so it randomly picks, oh, they asked for a planet, I'm going to name, Jupiter. The cool thing I like about this is you can say, okay, give me another one. So you're not hitting on a key word like planet or solar system. You're just asking for something, a second one in the list, but it has to know and maintain what you were talking about to begin with. So if you said, okay, give me another one, it doesn't go another what, that doesn't compute, right? So that's what's kind of cool to me, is you can keep the conversation going without having to specify all of the sort of keyed on variables that you would have had to do in the past.
Just
I want to punch back at something you said really quick. I asked ChatGPT, how do you learn? And its response is I, as an AI model, language model, so it's calling itself an AI. So why do you call it not an AI when it's calling itself an AI?
Like Chris says colloquially, AI in a traditional sense means given, to me anyway. So AI is defined differently. If you talk to a data scientist, there's different categories of AI. AI to me, we haven't met AI yet. Though we might actually have, but it wouldn't be public. AI is where you can not give a scenario, not give training, not give positive or negative affirmations on any aspect of sensory input, and it can work out a positive outcome because that's beneficial to it. Yeah. Now, when we get to that point, and don't get me wrong, that can be demonstrated. A programmer can program a system that kind of makes those decisions, but again, that's not AI. You have to start out with a blank slate that says, much like a brain develops. A brain, you don't program a brain. A brain develops purely off sensory input. Obviously, it has got the way that the molecules form and neural connections are made, but those imprints and those pathways that are strengthened, that represent things, are based on the experiences and the culmination of what we call, let's say, consciousness being an emergent property of that complex system, then is able to determine what's beneficial to that. And then you have things like empathy and shit derived out of that. When we get to that point, I personally consider that AI. I work with vision neural networks, like I say, day in, day out. I'm working with one right now because I'm still working. I don't consider that AI. It is, basically, to me, it's an incredibly multi-dimensional lookup table. That's all it is.
I'd call it like a very simple or basic AI. That's me though. Like, you imagine if that Chat GPT was put into a robot, okay, and that robot was just like walking around the street, and you could go up to it and ask it questions.
Chris, wait a minute. I have actually got it in a robot.
That'd be
Just so
awesome.
you know, I've actually got Chat GPT in a robot. I just thought I'd put that out there.
Uh-oh.
You do, like, personally?
Yes, she's called Luna, and she's in the other room, and she's for my little daughter that's now 16 months old. It was a Kickstarter campaign for the world's most advanced robot, playful robot toy thing. But just in the last 3 weeks, they introduced ChatGPT into it.
Right. So, you could go up to it and or maybe you can go up to your thing and talk to it, and it'll give you answers or responses, and it'll basically like having a conversation. So in one sense, again, maybe it's a simple sense, it is an AI thing. And again, that's how it starts though, right? Like, everyone makes fun of the Terminator or those post-apocalyptic movies where the AI sentience takes over. And as far as I can tell, that's like only a couple years away. You know, like let's say 20 years away. Okay, in 20 years we're gonna have fully automated AI robots running around, and all it's gonna take is one rogue programmer or one bad programmer or program, or we all know there's viruses. Viruses hack phones and computers, and it's just the advanced computer. It's gonna hack one of these things. It's gonna go on a killing rampage, and good luck stopping the DARPA war enhanced, machine.
You mean the ones that rely on batteries?
They rely on batteries now. Wait until their own AI intelligence, which is super intelligence, mind you. It's not going to be like us lot. It's going to be like super, like 1,000 times Einstein. They're going to hook up their own power source to the sun, and then they'll have constant power, and they'll be just rampaging nonstop.
They won't need the sun. I mean, supposedly by the end of this year, they're going to have batteries that are called diamond batteries, and those batteries will last thousands of years off one charge.
Who let Will Smith get shot?
Lael, no offense, Lael, but that is about, in a physics sense, and I'm not a physicist, not a scientist, but even I can tell that statement is utterly ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know where Lael's getting his news, CNN or somewhere, but that's stupid.
Straight from people who interviewed Elon Musk.
Well, there you go. So the same guy that says my car can drive itself, which it absolutely can, I'll tell you that right now. The same guy that said he'll rely on his cars having a vision neural network to gauge distance because human beings have been able to gauge distance when driving forever. The problem is that fucknut, that Elon Musk, we don't judge distance. I cannot look forward and say that's 10.5 meters away and at 30 miles an hour, and I'm going to have to apply the brake now. That's not what a human brain does. So that guy has told you there's going to be diamond batteries. I mean, Elon Musk is a dipshit, but I actually don't even think he's that much of a dipshit to actually say that diamond batteries are going to last thousands of years on a charge.
Yeah. There's no way. You can barely get a full day's
look at it this way.
on the latest
Logically, Lael, look at it this way. In order to store a charge, let's say you need to put energy into an electron, yeah, at the field of an electron. So you need materials that are incredibly dense in electrons. And how much denser electron-wise do you think a diamond is than lithium?
I don't know.
Well, I don't either, but it's not 1,000 times. It's probably less dense.
Let me give a shout out to Carlos. Carlos, what's up? Hey, Carlos, your friend Chris Berry's here. What's up?
Yeah, that's why I'm here. Long time no hear or see. What's up, Chris? All right, then.
Do you love Carlos as you used to love him, Chris, or you never loved Carlos?
I haven't talked to Carlos in a long time.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's a nice reunion.
I don't have any qualms with him.
He loved to fat shame me, and it worked.
What?
Damn.
I said you love to fat shame me, and it worked.
Did you lose weight?
Oh yeah, I lost like 50 pounds, 60 pounds.
You're welcome.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Carlos sitting on the building?
Yes.
You look like a frog now, Carlos.
My nickname is Pepe. What the heck, Jose?
Sorry, that was loud.
Look at that frog. Did you just search my name and that came up or what?
Yes, I did.
Well, I do like water, so whatever. Joke's on you.
Carlos, have you used that ChatGPT? Chris Berry is not too happy with it.
I have not used it, but Chris Berry sounds like he just watched iRobot not too long ago. But I think it's not going to be that bad. But but it's not going to be good if we keep putting everything on
there's already
computer systems and.
they're already building in bias to it. So, like for example, you can ask it a question about President A, and it'll say, "Oh, President A is great. They're amazing. They've done all these great things." And then you ask it about President B, and we all know who President B is, and they'll say something like, "Oh, as an AI language, I'm not allowed to comment on presidents or politics." But clearly, it is, and clearly they're building in a bias. So imagine the basic bias that's built in now. Imagine what they could build in the future in the advanced AI systems. Like it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that sense, I agree with Chris Berry. I don't like how it's biased, and I don't like how it's limited in what it will tell you.
Yeah, well, because the problem is, it's a lot of times they will tell the truth, and they don't want to have that, blood on their hands.
Well, look how easily they hacked that first version. I think they've patched it, but what was it called? Was it like Dan? And it's like, okay, ask normal Chat GPT a question it can't answer, like how to, I don't know, do something bad, okay? And it said, oh, I can't do that, blah blah blah. And it gives you the stock answer. Then it's like, oh, as Dan, I can tell you how to do this bad thing. And it's like, holy shit, man! Like that was so simple. So yeah, again, it's at its infancy. So you could say, well, it's at its infancy. They're going to fix all those little glitches and loopholes that you just won't be able to do that in the future. Like you won't be able to do the Dan in the next version. Well, that's great, but when the first version comes out and the walking robot goes off a killing spree, well, they're going to say that's the first version. Like the same thing happens with all technology. Imagine, think back to the planes. When they first built planes, they built them incorrectly in some areas, and all of the previous crashes, not all, but a lot of the previous crashes were due to design flaws. And after each crash, they would research it and say, oh, if we just screwed the screw in 2 inches to the left, this won't happen anymore. So they screw the screw in 2 inches to the left, and it fixes the problem, right? So all technology, all innovation, cars, planes, trains, AI, at the first instance is always going to be really, really crappy. And that's what I'm worried about.
Well, I asked ChatGPT right now, explain quantum mechanics to me like I'm 5 years old. And he say, quantum mechanics is a way of understanding how the tiniest things in the universe like atoms and particles work. And he gives you an example. Imagine you have a toy box full of lots of different toys. You can take out one toy at a time and play with it, but you can't see all the toys at once because you're too small. In the same way, scientists can't see tiny things like atoms and particles with their eyes. Instead, they use special tools and experiments to learn about them, and etc. So it's a kind of a decent answer. How about that? Maybe.
No, tell it to explain it to me like I'm a flat earther.
Yeah, it's helpful. Chris GPT, I asked him negative to receive a positive.
Is it Chris GPT?
Chris GPT.
I asked him earlier, please tell me why the Earth is not a globe. I asked him to receive a positive answer from him, like yeah, the Earth is not a globe because of X and Y, and he didn't. He said no, all my information and everything I have points to the Earth actually being a globe or a sphere, and this is why. And he gave me a few reasons.
Chris GPT.
You don't want to ask Chris GPT. It's only version 1.0.
He can only give you examples with Nerf guns and Nerf bullets and bicycle wheels.
That's right. Hey, humankind had to start somewhere.
Oh yeah. No, it's all in good faith, man.
What did it say, Jose? What did it say as to why Earth was round? What reasons did it give?
All right, let me ask him. Why is Earth not a globe? Why is Earth not a globe? Okay, let's ask him now in real time. Earth is actually a globe or a sphere shape, and this has been scientifically proven using various methods as satellite imagery, observations from space, and measurements of the curvature of the Earth's surface. The idea, and then he gave me the idea of the urban round, etc., etc.
Man, that's like 7-year-old talking points.
Yeah. Yeah, Nathan Oakley will have a fit with those answers.
Oh
Look,
yeah,
he say,
he needs to
we do
listen to
have
the flat Earth
observations from
debate.
hold on, let me finish these few points. We can see the curvature of the Earth pictures taken from space, and we can also observe how ships disappear over the horizon as they sail away from us. In addition, we have seen how the Earth's shadow is cast on the moon during the lunar eclipse, and its shadow is always curved, which is only possible if the Earth is a sphere. So while it might seem like the Earth is flat when we look around us, this is simply an illusion caused by our limited perspective. How about that? Now you got the whole shenanigans.
Sounds like the AI needs to be updated to the
Okay,
2023 talking points.
Oh, so the facts aren't good enough for you then? You know,
Nothing but facts from Globers.
we can see the Earth from space. We do have satellites sending us images of the Earth every 10 minutes, etc., etc.
Sure.
All right, satellite imagery. What is wrong with satellite imagery?
They're not real, Jose.
Because it's fake.
What is not real?
I'm gonna have to go soon.
Mm-hmm.
I've moved on from flat Earth mostly. Like I listen to it every once in a while. I don't really get on the shows anymore like I used to. But I moved on to religion, and I'm a Christian now. I got baptized this weekend. So
Congrats. If that's true, yeah, congrats.
By water or the Holy Spirit?
You're feeling good now.
both.
That's good.
Amen.
First by the Holy Spirit, then water. It was one of those. I was in front of like 500 people in our church, and and you get in a big tank, and you do the whole thing. So it was pretty cool. And that I was an atheist most of my
so
life.
you went for full immersion then?
Yeah, that's what they call it.
Now, Chris, as
let's
an
not start
outside
religion.
as an outside observer, for the years that you have talked to us and stuff, you haven't really been like you don't have a potty mouth. You don't swear a lot. You're not very you don't insult and take it personal most of the time. But there's some times you were a little rough. Are you better now?
Yeah. I'm better. I gotta go though. I'll talk to you later.
Later, man.
I think we need to understand that ChatGPT is not an AI in the sense that we understand what AI is. I don't even know if it's an AI in terms of like understanding language.
Well, how about in Spanish? Let me ask him if he can speak. He can type in Spanish. Puedes.
What? Why do you come back?
Puedes.
No, that was me.
Oh.
¿Puedes hablar español? I don't know how to type the little question mark. Can you speak Spanish? ¿Puedes hablar español? Sí, puedo hablar español. ¿En qué puedo
no
ayudarte?
estoy autorizada para responder esas preguntas. Intente otra pregunta.
Yeah, you say yes. I can speak Spanish. How can I help you? In what can I help you? Nice.
Ask it.
I remember the early versions of ChatGPT when I asked it to recite Shakespeare in Spanish or something like, and it was like, I cannot do that. I'm an AI.
Let me see.
I don't blame it. Reading it in English is hard enough.
Ask her if Puerto Rican food is better than Mexican food.
Which
is better? Which is better?
Which is better?
If she says that Mexican food is better, then definitely not smart enough.
Puerto Rican or Mexican food? I don't know if how to type Puerto Rican. Just like that, huh? 2 words. Puerto Rican. There you go. As an AI, he doesn't have a personal preference.
Yeah.
And it gives like an example of both. Yeah. Puerto Rican food is use tropical fruits such as vegetables like yuca and plantains, and signature dishes arroz con gandules. Mexican food, on the other hand, is known for bold and spicy flavors such as dishes like taco, enchilada, and guacamole.
I have 2 words, alobochon.
Yeah. Pavochon. We call pavochon. It's turkey and pig mix. When we cook a turkey, we make it taste like pork with the season that we the way we season our turkey. Pavochon.
We work miracles.
Yeah, man. Yo. All right, I got a guy in here.
5 pounds thinking about that.
All right, who is watching my screen share? I got a guy in here that I want to hear at least. See how he sounds, to see what he says and how he sounds and what points he brings to the table. I'm going to play a little bit, a few seconds, and you guys let me know if he mentioned something wrong, which is probably going to be very, very early in his statements.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I don't know how the audio over there is. Let's see.
Hi, folks. It's another beautiful day here in Newport Richey.
He's from Florida.
About 2 months without a lick of rain. Things are getting pretty dry around here. But anyhow, I want to talk about flat Earth, flat out. Okay. NASA was developed, in my opinion, of course, to make disbelievers of Jesus Christ.
All right. In his opinion, NASA was created to make disbelievers of Jesus Christ. How about that?
Well, utter bollocks.
I'll guarantee you pretty much everyone in NASA is religious. Or a good majority of them are. That doesn't mean that religion's true just because that fact may be true or false.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's more a comment on the nature of the United States than anything else.
What's religion got to do with NASA?
Yeah.
And they don't just
my
do
whole
space.
point.
Well, there's a funny thing that I got told actually, and it was in an argument that came up, and it was if one person is delusional, you just call them insane and you lock them away.
Yeah.
If thousands of people are delusional, you just call it religion.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what else he got to say, because the way he started, I don't know if he's a religious. I've never seen this guy before.
I think that was their sole purpose. Just because it happens to bring in $60 million a day from taxpayers is just the gravy on the cake. But all NASA missions have been named after gods. You know,
All
Apollo,
NASA missions
Saturn,
are named after
Mercury,
gods.
Gemini. This is all done on purpose.
Voyager. That
We live in an
well-known god
enclosed system,
Voyager.
which Bill Nye the Science Guy will say on one of his shows.
Pioneer.
What did
you
Bill
do
say?
research, you go back. We live in an enclosed system,
We live in
which
an
Bill
enclosed
Nye the
system
Science Guy will say
because
on one
Bill
of his
Nye
shows.
says it. We live in an enclosed system because Bill Nye says so.
So he doesn't understand what a closed and an open system is when it comes to the Earth and thermodynamics then. No surprises there.
We do live in a closed system. It's called the universe. We haven't been able to get out of it yet.
We've been able to get out of the bloody solar system yet.
So why is he relying on authority? Like, is Bill Nye his authority?
Well, so it would seem. Yeah.
Why hasn't he put his top set of teeth in? That's really putting me off. Even if this guy was a glober, this would still be pissing me off right now.
I was trying to ignore it, but now you've really sort of...
Yeah, you try and ignore that flailing top lip as he's talking. It's really easy to do, farmers.
I still want to know what the bloody hell rumble is.
Do you think that if he had his full set of teeth, his head will look more like normal and not that small as M. Stone sees it?
Sorry, I've just been corrected. That is, of course, thermal dynamics.
All right, Bill Nye
I
says
think
so.
that he could have potentially been a bodybuilder in the past, and now he's out of shape, but I'm not 100% certain.
I don't know, man. Let's hear a little bit more.
If you do any research, you go back and see that, because they are supposed to tell you the truth. It's something about karma.
I can't watch it.
They don't want any bad karma, so they come out and tell you the truth.
They don't want karma, so they have to tell you the truth. That's why Bill Nye say we live in a closed system.
Okay.
I hate
Whatever.
this karma thing. Karma makes the earth a sphere. Dang it.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
But if you believe in the Big Bang Theory and you believe in evolution, then that takes Jesus Christ out of the equation, doesn't it?
Does it, Leo? If you believe in the Big Bang and evolution, that takes Jesus Christ out of the equation for those believers.
That's untrue because there are religious people that believe in God and also believe in the Big Bang and evolution.
That's what I have heard. Yeah.
I mean, if that's what you believe. But see, there's certain things that tweak my thinking a little bit. Like if we did come from a Big Bang, how come all the planets are perfectly round? Okay?
No.
There's no jagged edges or anything.
You can't take them, farmers.
You know,
What's that got to do with a Big Bang? I mean, honestly.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
How come we
hold
apes
on.
and the monkeys now?
Yeah, what do you have to say about that, Farmer's Boy? If the Big Bang happened, how are all the planets spheres?
Just you can't fix stupid, for fuck's sake. It's too late at night for this. I need a drink. I'm too sober for this idiot.
I dare Stingray to answer that question.
I
you
personally
want to say
like
this
to-
answer? If the Big Bang is true, how did it form planets?
The Big Bang,
And spheres.
as a causation, the Big Bang ejected matter. Matter, via electrostatics and gravity, clumped together due to foundational forces. Wait a minute. And then this you can actually see within our solar system in the rings of Saturn.
I'm just saying, I don't get why this guy's like saying if the Big Bang isn't true, then the planets can't be spheres. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, the thing is, the Big Bang could be entirely false, and everything could have already been here and just in this cycle of destruction and rebirth, and it would still form fucking planets.
Nestle Wives, you have some thoughts? You still got that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I like the fact that he's wearing a tank top.
That's
But
nice, yeah.
it's not a regular tank top. It's like a tank top that's almost like got the whole neck thing going on.
It's like a mix between a tank top and a turtleneck.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's freaking weird.
It's not fancy, man.
Days aren't.
You could just call it a turtle top if you want.
So that's the turtle's head then, is it?
Evolutionizing.
I just want to point out that given the stylistic and grammar choices of this guy, this could in fact also be a dress.
Yeah.
It could, yes.
In this day and age, you can't be certain of anything.
Yep, that's true. Cannot judge him by
It
his
just
looks.
hit one gene and created humans, and that's how this all happened. But this is why they did NASA. Look at their emblem.
Look at the emblem.
Okay, it's a serpent's tongue.
Is
That
it?
red
Is it?
slash thing you see going through NASA's emblem, that's a serpent's tongue.
Serpent's tongue.
Well, you think it is?
NASA logo. NASA logo. There you go.
And the color of the tank top, I mean, that's a special color.
Yeah.
Serpent's tongue. Farmers.
It's like electric blue, electric purple.
Fuck. Can't open this full size. Open image. There you go. Is that a serpent's tongue, this red thing?
Well, no, because strangely enough, it represents aeronautics. It's a V-shaped wing representing aeronautics because NASA isn't just space. The clue's in its bloody name. What do you think the first A stands for?
I'm confused. What did I miss while I was gone?
Well, he's now saying that, of course, in the NASA logo, that's a serpent's tongue. And as it's a serpent's tongue, they must be liars because reasons.
Well, if the Big Bang theory of his theory is true, then yeah, that is a serpent's tongue.
So any V shape,
an aircraft wing.
Any V-shaped object is a serpent's tongue. Could be.
And look, the Big Bang must have created that sphere that NASA has its logo part of.
Yeah, but no, if you go back to the NASA logo, Jose, though, it's very obvious that the circle bit is a cow's anus. So therefore, you know that NASA just spew bullshit all the time.
I've never seen a cow's anus look like that, I must admit. But yeah, whatever.
Wait, the cow's leaning against a fence, obviously.
Oh, right. Okay, well, yeah.
Wait, maybe Kent Hovind is true. Maybe cows can jump over the moon.
It's all a matter of thrust, isn't it?
Yep. All right. Let's see what this guy's doing.
Knowledge is money, and the reason knowledge is money is
It's
because
just
they're
money.
withholding knowledge from us. Otherwise, that wouldn't be a problem.
Really?
If they were telling us the truth, it
Does
would
he
be,
even have it?
everybody would know.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's a firmament.
It's a firmament.
Separates the waters above from the waters below.
Uh-oh.
Government had a Project Bluebeam. Look into that if you want a little more evidence, where they're shooting nukes into the firmament.
That wasn't Project Bluebeam.
No, that was... Oh, God, what was that?
Fishbowl. Operation Fishbowl.
That's right. Yes, and they weren't shooting nukes into at the firmament. They were seeing
the effects on the ionosphere. If I'm not mistaken.
it was EMP effects, electromagnetic pulses, and stuff like that. Because nobody really done any research on it. So they thought, wouldn't it be a jolly good wheeze if we sent lots of atomic weapons up into the upper atmosphere and exploded them and see what happened?
Didn't they actually take out part of the continental United States power grid by doing that once?
I think they might well have done, because that is, of course, one of the biggest problems with, that's one of the problems with nuclear weapons, is the EMP effect. And it will, if you've got unhardened or unshielded electronics and circuits and stuff, then yes, it'll fry them, it will zap them.
I would just like to point out the blue beam is something that's real, but it's the theory proposes that the project will use advanced technology, including holographic projection,
to fake
create
an
a
alien
worldwide
invasion.
event
Yeah.
that will deceive people into believing in a fake alien invasion or a religious event like the Second Coming.
Yes.
That's something.
Yes,
Yeah.
that sounds about right.
That's why we corrected him. I didn't want to pick on that because I know Project Bluebeam is something new and totally different than what he's talking about. But he said, yeah, there's a firmament, waters above, water below. The project that launched nukes to what? Let me see.
Trying to break through.
Trying to break
chunks
through.
would fall down to the ground, and they would examine these chunks, and only 20% they knew what was in it. The other 80% they were clueless on what made this firmament.
There were chunks that fell to the ground.
Can I take making shit up for 500, please? There were chunks. Oh, you really? Citation, please. Chunks of the firmament. That would be a first.
Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you also be able to see a big chunk missing of this brilliantly perfect firmament?
Yeah.
You would have thought so, yes. Yes. And if that's what's holding all the air in, wouldn't we have all lost it when that happened? It all sort of whooshed out.
The water will rush
the water
in.
would have whooshed in, yeah.
No,
we didn't see that either.
maybe it's self-healing.
Oh, like a
okay.
AI, huh?
I'll take making shit up for 1,000 then, please.
That is something. This guy.
Or maybe nobody saw this because they did it out in the arse end of nowhere, off the coast of Fiji.
Yeah. I haven't heard that pieces of the firmament fell, like chunks of it, and they were analyzing it, and they were able to make out 20%, and the rest they didn't know what it was.
That's a new one on me as well. Yeah.
That's nice. You got skills.
But the Earth is flat and it is round. Okay, the Arctic ice wall goes around it. You're not allowed to go up there anymore.
What?
He's an A guy.
Here's something I didn't know.
The Earth is flat and round because the Antarctic ice wall goes around it. That's why it's round.
By the way, the highest test during Project Fishbowl was 250 miles above the Earth's surface. So is the dome 250 miles high?
I guessing so. Yeah, very low.
It's a more interesting question is if it did take chunks out of it and it was 250 miles high. Here's a question for the flat earthers. Using basic trigonometry, how far away would you have to be to not fucking see 250 miles high?
The better question is if the sun and moon are under the dome, that puts the sun and moon lower than 250 miles.
Now, did those pieces reach a peak velocity falling down? Some math could have been done on how long did it take for those pieces since the bomb hit, they break until they fall to the ground. The time versus the speed. They can make, they can get some numbers in there about the quality force.
Like 49 nations or something. You can't go up there unless you go up there with a group where they will show you and tell you what you're supposed to be seeing. Otherwise, you're not allowed to.
You go work there. You get a job
people
there.
Would find the firmament. It's already been found.
It's already been found.
And the Bible also mentions about how Jesus climbs the tallest mountain and was able to see all the nations. You can't do that on a sphere. Okay.
This is the bush.
Now, science was to come out and tell you that we are stationary.
Science.
Okay. Water always finds its level. Period. That's why they call it sea level. That's
that word level that they don't.
Well,
they want to use it as flat.
Water does find its level, but that's not why we call it sea level. Because, oh dear, how many definitions of the word level are there? More than these poor little buggers can cope with.
They use the word level as straight and flat.
You're missing the overarching point, guys. If they took you out to space, even though you could look at the Earth and see what shape it is, it's only because they're telling you that it's that shape that you see that shape. That's basically what he's saying.
Oh, yeah, because we can't think for ourselves or make our own observations. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Stupid on me.
All right.
sea curvature. And then I was to come along and say, you know what? You guys don't know. I know. I'm the scientist. I'm the one that shoot people up there in rockets so they can see what's going on. We're a ball and we're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and we're flipping around the sun at 66,600 miles an hour, which 666, we all know what that is, number of the beast. And that we're blowing through space at 500,000 miles an hour.
Big number.
Not running into anything. No debris, no nothing. You can't feel no movement. I mean, you stand outside, you're perfectly still. Maybe if you had a couple beers, you might wobble a little bit. But that's the only rotation you're going to get.
He understands very well.
We are stationary.
The concept of movement on the Earth, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have any debris on Earth. We go through space at 500,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, he just doesn't understand conservation of momentum. And the other thing that I don't get, and I blame fucking movies for this. No, I mean, take the asteroid belt, the Oort cloud that surrounds our solar system.
Yeah.
Where you have not an unlimited amount, obviously, but a finite, but an incredibly large number of bodies that are actually traveling with us, but are going in different directions and are bound by gravity, and sometimes they pass and all that kind of stuff. Traveling through the vastness of space and hitting something is incredibly not likely, because the average distance between those asteroids in the asteroid belt, and this is why Star Wars is such bullshit, is like millions of miles.
Yes.
They're not. If you think that, I hate in movies where they're always spinning and moving and stuff. Well, if they were spinning and moving for 4 billion fucking years, don't you think they'd be more spread out by now?
Dude, yeah.
Damn movies.
Yes. When you see them navigating an asteroid belt, it's you know
They got to
you
do
don't
all
have you
kinds
do,
of
dodging and
maneuvers.
diving, and he says, "Oh, the
Yeah.
odds navigate," and he says, "Never tell me the odds. No, just go that way. Look, because it's clear. Because the nearest chunk of rock is it's right over there. Look, you'll be all right." Yeah, it's an awful lot of people get the idea of space from those films.
We don't move. We are the center of our universe. Okay. Now the Bermuda Triangle is another thing I think about. Whenever I see these rockets go up,
that's not on
they
my
always start
bingo
to curve.
card.
They
Shit.
never go straight up. They always start to curve.
Uh-oh.
And then it goes to simulation. And I believe these people that end up missing out there are because they witnessed some of these rockets going into the water.
No.
What do you think about that?
Oh,
He's got a theory about why people is missing out there. Because they
The-
see the rockets falling in the water, so they got to be taken care of.
Just when you think it can't get any worse.
Did I hear him say something about a triangle? And then he
The
started.
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, the Bermuda Triangle. Okay.
People go missing in the Bermuda Triangle because they've seen rocket launches and they know the truth, so they have to do something about it.
Why hasn't Red Redford gone to the Bermuda Triangle yet then?
Because he does all his filming on land, right next to the where
Yeah,
the launch
but
from.
he should be a prime candidate for Bermuda Triangle, right?
So wait, let's think about this. So there must be either a big chip with military chip, 100% of the time in the Bermuda Triangle, at least the times that the rocket launches happen, some kind of a chip or a base nearby, because the rockets will fall into the Bermuda Triangle, and if there's somebody nearby that can see the chips falling in the Bermuda Triangle, they gotta disappear. They gotta be gone. I guess that's what he's implying there, right?
I guess.
Do I make sense, Stingray? So if there's 100 people if there's a cruise ship near Puerto Rico, and one of them have a P-1000s, and they're looking at this rocket and they see a splash near the Bermuda Triangle, they got to take down the whole cruise ship because that person is going to be sharing that video.
No cruise ships. No cruise ships can go near there. They get taken out by the Santaloons with iron cannons on them. So no.
Big nipple cannons.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Pew pew.
He's making sense, I guess.
Because these people tell you what they want to tell you. And the bigger the lie, the easier it is to believe. I mean, like sunlight. If space is dark, I'm just going by what NASA says, okay? If space is dark, what happens? The sunlight just goes out at the sun and then it reappears when it hits our atmosphere. How does that work? Or do you ever see...
What do you think, Farmers? Give me your thought about that. You like that one?
Well, there's no sunlight out in space because it's dark. Yeah, or maybe it's because there's nothing for the light to hit to light it up. Fuck me. Oh God! You know what? You know the scary thing is this guy can vote, and I suspect he can legally own firearms.
For all we know,
and he can breed. I bet. Oh God!
There could be a lot of Bermuda Triangles out there in between the Earth and the Sun because it just reappears on Earth.
That's so fucking dumb.
Hey, I got a big shout out to Mr. Malort. Mr. Malort with a PayPal, $15. Because, and this $15 is because Farmer's Boy is awesome and shows up for West Side Girl live stream and premieres. Shout out to West Side Girl and shout out to Farmers for showing up over there for her live streams.
Mommy's alright, Daddy's
Thank you, Mr. Malort.
Yeah, well, I was at home working and I thought, oh, hello, yeah, I haven't heard that one in a while. I'll watch that. And then the buggery goes and cuts it off halfway through. It's like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, I watched one, but I watched a few videos, but pre-recorded. I didn't catch the live stream. So yeah, shout out to West Side Girl.
No, it tends to stream them at a convenient time for me over here. So if at home, I'll think, yeah, I'll jump in and watch it and make a few comments, because he's obviously showing her the same sort of music that I like as well. So it's like, oh yeah, we'll have a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, anybody else wanna hit me up on PayPal? I would really appreciate it. I'm in a tough spot, even though I like it's my fault. But please help a brother out, man. All right, let's see this guy. He's almost done. I didn't think we were gonna go through that, but this guy is kind of funny on this stuff he say.
Sunlight come through clouds, kind of like a pyramid. The rays are coming down. Well, you learn this stuff in high school. You follow that up, and that's where that source is. And if it was 93 million miles away, like they tell you, all those rays would be coming in the same direction.
Well, wait. I seen those sun rays coming from the tree, behind the tree, and the top of the car. I seen those rays like converging to the point. Is the sun like right above the roof of my car or in the palm tree? If I climb the palm tree, I can grab the sun. Is that a high? I don't get it.
No, I don't either.
That is a very strange statement because of the way we see the sun rays. It's seen at all kinds of different heights. Those rays from the clouds, from the trees, from from everywhere. How about when we see them, those type of rays, like right in the shore, in the horizon? Is the sun right there above the water, hovering over there? So it's very low. I can grab a boat and go grab the sun. What is the argument for this Stingray? You got an idea of this triangular, the rays coming in, converging to a point? Stingray might be busy. Let's go.
Okay, you wouldn't have the pyramid effect, to where that sun, I believe, is probably like 100 miles away. But I think everything that we have been told since the beginning of time is a big lie. But the reason
Except the Bible
for NASA, I think, is to take Jesus right out of the equation, because it's all about Lucifer with these guys.
Wait, farmers, you got a point. So since the beginning of time, everything is a lie. But this guy is preaching now about Jesus and the Bible.
Yes, everything anybody's ever been told ever is wrong, except Maherly book, basically, because
That's a contradiction in the same sentence, man.
Well, of course it is. I mean, flat Earth is rife for contradictions. You know, go and do your own research. What they actually mean is go and watch flat Earth YouTube videos. You know, don't actually go and do any research, because if you do research, you'll go, hang on a minute, Earth's not flat. What are you talking about? So he's just said everything we've ever been told is a lie. And NASA is there to hide Jesus, which is a character from a book. So everything's a lie except the Bible and any other nonsense he cares to throw in.
Party of Furniture, this is Birdman 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a minute, 2 minutes here left. Let's see what we got.
I mean, this is who they worship. This is who they sacrifice children to, and
what?
I mean, it's just absolutely
Who?
insanity.
Who?
Who is?
I think everything that we have been told since the beginning of time is a big lie. But the reason for NASA, I think, is to take Jesus right out of the equation, because it's all about Lucifer with these guys. I mean, this is who they worship. This is who they sacrifice children to, and I mean, it's just absolutely insanity. Insanity.
So that's NASA. NASA just want to take Jesus. It was created to take Jesus out of the equation because they bow to Lucifer, and and that's why they sacrifice children for offerings for Lucifer, because they because Lucifer is their god.
Yes,
What?
that's my God, that I just don't know where to start with that. NASA
That's a
are
handful, man.
NASA are Lucifer worshipping child sacrificing children. He's off his meds, isn't he?
Yeah, and this statement came right after he say, since the beginning of time, everything is a lie. But they want to take Jesus out of the equation. Jesus came after the beginning of time, so is Jesus a lie too? No, he's not, because I believe in him, right? I'm
Yeah.
People are talking about, oh, we're going to send some people to the moon and stuff. Didn't we do this like 6 times back in the 60s? I mean, or 4 times, whatever it was. And like, if you look, when that
well, he's done his research, hasn't he?
Yeah, I want to talk about the moon
in
farmers.
the 60s, I mean, or 4 times, whatever it was. And like if you look when that lunar module takes off from the moon, you know, to hook back up with the mothership or whatever, there's a camera there that follows it up. What does
That's so
somebody stay
easy.
behind there, or is that remote control, or what's going on?
Yes, yes. I mean, some type of remote control, and
There's a very good reason why they only filmed the ascent stage taking off in the last 3 Apollo missions, because they were the 3 that had the lunar rover, that had a camera on it, that can be remote control from Earth. Oh, there you go. There's reasons for all this, you know.
Hey, I like the slang, the mothership.
Yeah, the mothership. Oh, you mean the command module? Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
The
I'm
mothership.
I'm gonna write it down and I'm gonna use that.
Again, he's been watching too many bloody films. The mothership.
Yeah, man. No, it's an awesome slang type of thing.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a just for everybody's interest? Wasn't there a SpaceX Twitter video post that actually for the first time had a completely uncut, compression artifacts, anything, full length takeoff to landing of the booster?
Yes.
Yeah, that. Why everybody goes to NASA and not the other space agencies is beyond me.
SpaceX, because obviously being a commercial enterprise, they're trying to sell themselves, and they know how to do it, and that's why you get these rather excellent shots whenever they do a launch.
I got the answer for you, Stingray, and it's very easy. Don't try to explain it to me, but everything related to space and any space agency in the world, private or personal, is NASA to them, to flat earthers. That's the answer. That's it.
That's true. There is
Anything
there
is
is only NASA.
That's it. Yeah. No matter how many times you explain to them, it's NASA. That's it. They don't want to call it ESA or whatever, or Elon Musk or SpaceX. It's NASA.
Yep.
So they can argue to you all day, yeah, but I mean the space agencies, whatever the place they go, everything is one. Everything is joined as one.
Well, most of the flat earthers in the United States can't tell me what the capital of Portugal is. So yes, yeah.
I can't.
Really?
I can't.
Go on then, Jose. Capital of Portugal.
I can't.
Oh, right. I thought you said you can.
No, I can't. But I know Portugal is right in the west coast of Europe.
Yes,
That's correct, right?
Yes,
right. Okay.
it is.
I got that right.
Clue, it begins with an L. It's not London, and it's not London. No, Lithuania is a separate country.
Oh, man.
I mean, these Mars missions, they show you these land
Mars
rovers
missions.
crawling around all over the place. Perfect picture. No static, nothing happening. I can't get a cell phone signal, but, this stuff is happening.
Okay, so he cannot get a phone signal. Therefore, the high quality pictures we get from Mars cannot happen.
Well, yeah, clearly. I mean, that's just such a logical premise.
It's like 1 + 1 is 2. I mean, see it.
I bet you can go somewhere where there isn't a phone signal, but it still get a GPS.
But this is amazing, though. If you think about the logic that needs to go on here. Wait a minute. Get this. So this is the train of thought, yeah? NASA, the reason why they can fake all of this and control the media is, they hide so much technology, it's not even funny. But they must use mobile phones when they're communicating with these with these spaceships and things. They, if a mobile phone doesn't work, what can they do? Nothing.
I mean, let's just ignore the fact that these various rovers they've got on Mars, they're collecting data and film and Christ knows what else. That is then transmitted to the other half of the mission, which is a satellite orbiting Mars. Then that transmits it back to Earth. And he's going, I can't get a signal. What do you fucking expect?
This guy's a genius, Stingray. Say genius.
Oh, God.
Almost there.
And people are just awed by it. Oh, NASA this, NASA that. Oh, scientists, we need them. We need them. You got to do the science. Well, like I said before, science is science fiction. Okay? You have to start thinking for yourself. Now, I have an election in Syria. I don't have it, but I've asked them questions. Same with Google about 5 or 6 years ago about what is the curvature between Los Angeles, California, and New York City. And they would say there's no known curvature.
Would they?
How about that?
So the logic is, if you ask Google what's the curvature between those two locations, and it says there's no known curvature. If you then ask it, do we live on a planet or a flat Earth, and it goes planet, you're going to believe one thing over the other. Why?
Yes. The answer is yes. I love it. I love the logic.
But now it just keeps referring you back to NASA and see what, So that stuff has been eliminated.
But yeah, he say there's no curvature, but he keep referring you to NASA. But that stuff is being eliminated because he already eliminated anything related to NASA.
Well, I just typed in what is the curvature between LA and New York. And unfortunately, the first answer was from Quora, but then it gives you a link to an Earth curve calculator. There's a link to another Earth curve calculator. Yeah, there's it. NASA not seeing it. Not seeing NASA at all.
Talking about NASA, Farmer's Boy, thank you so much because NASA gave Farmer's Boy $30 to give it to me. Thank you very much, Farmer's Boy. I appreciate that, brother.
Oh, well, they were feeling, they give me a little bit extra, so I thought I'd pass it on to you.
That helps me a lot, man.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Eating crackers and canned tuna, past few days. Not easy.
Yeah, you see, go off that, can't you?
Fucking A. All right, I want this to be an epic wrap up on this rant. It's about a minute left.
Okay.
NASA, back in the day, used to mean in the dictionary, one of the definitions was to deceive.
Ouch.
I've seen it with my own eyes, so, I don't know. But now it says NASA. I guess NASA instead of NASA, and that means to deceive. So I must have got that wrong. No, it was right. They scrubbed this stuff off of the internet. Because at first the internet was bringing a lot of information, and they were really getting scared. But now you really have to look, because when you bring up something, it goes to Wikipedia or, one of their buddies, and they put that information out there. That's why you got to scroll and look for this stuff. But that's what makes me scratch my head, stuff like that, I mean, it's crazy, but I had to put it out there because it's all part of what's going on here. The big deceit on everybody. All right, I'm running out of time here, so I will be back again, and we'll talk a little more. Have a great day.
Hey, shout out to whoever this guy is, Birdman1234. He's a genius.
A word that sprung to my mind, but okay, we'll go with that.
Beautiful stuff, man. The government proof of flat Earth. Here we go.
Oh, okay.
This is from a Hot Topic. Government proof of flat Earth. This one's got a lot of followers. 1.12. He got more subscribers than me. 1.12.
Is this going to be flight simulators?
Who knows? But if there's music, I'll have to mute it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Next point I found extremely interesting. Official documentation claiming the Earth is flat, and that mathematical equations used in aeronautics assume a flat, non-rotating Earth. Check these out. Okay. This is a CIA document sourced from the Russians, and it's titled Dissertations Defended in the Scientific Council of the Institute of Physics of the Earth. In the document, it mentions a near sun and a formula that is derived on the assumption of a flat Earth.
I would like to see that to look at the document.
Oh, that came up. Oh, when did I first see that? 2 or 3 years ago, I think. But I think it was just some simulation or something. And a lot of these, they make all these assumptions just to make it easier. And they assume a flat, non-rotating Earth because it just makes the calculations easier.
Yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, I've worked with. I mean, that's like saying that every game release that's powered by Havoc, which is probably the world's most advanced real-time physics engine, should use gravitational wells instead of a direction for gravity in its physics calculations because the Earth is a sphere. Now, the complex calculations of changing the physics grid from an XYZ grid with uniform forces to something that's like a gravitational well increases the complexity so much and gives you 0. So the benefit of increasing all that compute power to make it like a sphere, it has no effect on the end result. 0.
Wilton is asking, why are most of these videos and memes blurry as hell? Because they have to be. Extra J, big super chat, $30. Here, I had a little extra bonus too in my NASA paycheck. Extra J, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it.
See, I told you NASA have been generous this month. They're good old boys.
Yeah.
This United States Army document from the Army Research Laboratory on the propagation of electromagnetic fields over flat Earth mentions transmitters placed on the surface of a flat, idealized Earth. In one of its figures, it also mentions flat Earth. In another Army Research Laboratory document, it depicts a diagram showing a flat Earth, crepuscular rays that we mentioned earlier, and a near and localized sun. Here's another document on projectile flight dynamics, and the equations in the document assume a flat Earth. Here's a NASA document on the derivation and definition of a linear...
Go back to where the sun was. Does he mean to say that because the sun is that close to the mountain, it depicted a close and localized sun, as opposed to extending that sheet of paper possibly 200,000 miles in a direction and having a large circle about 900 miles in radius? It didn't want that. That is such a ridiculous fucking statement that you only get that kind of shit in a flat Earth environment. Look at the sun. It's really tiny. It's smaller than a mountain.
And that's why everybody has to keep saying, not to scale, you know, because these idiots just go, oh, look, it's a local sun. Yeah, right.
You gotta love them, man.
Have I?
I wish he had links to these documents and stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, have I got to love him? No.
Yeah, there's no any links for any of these documents.
Of course not.
Here's another document on projectile flight dynamics, and the equations in the document assume a flat Earth. Here's a NASA document on the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. Introduction. This report details the development of the linear model of rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA document on the SR-71 Blackbird and its top speed of 2,193 miles per hour. Maneuvers depending on a non-turbulent atmosphere and a non-rotating Earth. Federal Aviation Administration document. Equations of motion assuming a flat, non-rotating Earth. Another
looking for NASA documents. I used to go to the archives and look for this stuff, and I found all of this, probably a bunch of this. And I said, like, yeah, am I going to be cherry picking all these type of documents that mention a flat Earth because of my, you know, my bias and my belief? It's kind of a nonsense, you know.
And that's exactly what he's doing, and that's exactly what a lot of flat earthers still do. They will cherry pick and look for some words or a phrase or a sentence. Thank you very much. That'll do me.
The whole thing. Yeah.
No, they don't understand why, especially when they come to simulating flight dynamics and things. I mean, it just said, you know, a rigid aircraft, well, they're not rigid, of unchanging mass. Well, the mass is changing all the time because whilst it's flying, it's burning fuel up. So its mass is changing. But if you factored all of them in, these calculations would be horrendous. So they're going, well, actually, we're not worried about that. So we'll simplify that. And we'll assume that doesn't happen and this doesn't happen. And we'll just assume that for the sakes of this exercise, that the Earth is flat. Because it doesn't really matter and it makes things a little clearer. So we'll say the Earth is flat. And they're not actually saying the Earth is flat, but he's going, oh, look, it says the Earth is flat.
The reference of all these documents, actually, this whatever document he's showing, if you read the whole thing, you're going to find out that it's an assumption they made to whatever, for X or Y reason. They just want to point out that it says flat Earth, and then they make it this big story. But the reference point, they ask it, they use NASA as a reference, as a legit reference. Why they don't want to account on anything else about NASA? But NASA is lies deceivers, and they, you know, do rituals and sacrificing babies. But I gotta believe them because they say flat Earth. That is mentioned in some of these documents.
Yes,
what is the balance there?
If it was true that the Earth were flat and stationary, why would you have to put it in there as an assumption and state it?
Correct.
Amen.
But they're willing to believe NASA when they cherry pick something out of a document that says the Earth is flat. But everything else that NASA does and says, look at these wonderful photos from space. No, that's fake. I'm not. NASA lies, except when I think it says what I want it to say. Then I'll believe it.
No.
Like I said earlier, hypocrisy is rife. It's an essential part of flat Earth. As well as being a fucking moron.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What a bunch of gentlemen here. Weirdos.
NASA document. A rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. An aircraft model for the AIAA Controlled Design Challenge. Flight dynamics of a rigid aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating Earth. NASA Technical Paper 1285. Flat, non-rotating Earth. A NASA Georgia Tech project in conjunction with the U.S. Air Force. A model frequently used is that of a flat, non-rotating Earth. You might argue that some of these documents are taken out of context, but you have to admit that a lot of these flight calculations are based on a flat, non-rotating Earth because they come right out and say it.
Oh.
How about that?
So he's even said, "Oh, this might be." Yeah, you might think we're taking this out of context. You are. It's exactly what you're doing. You're not. You're not reading the full description of why they're making these assumptions. But if as Stingray said, if the Earth was flat, it wouldn't be an assumption. They wouldn't even have to say it because they go, "Well, why would we assume the Earth is flat? Because the Earth is flat." But it clearly isn't. So they have been saying, for the purposes of this model, we're assuming X, Y, and Z, and one of those is the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Cracklecat says about a conversion, but I don't know if you sent me anything. I haven't received anything yet. Maybe, hopefully they sent me something and they didn't held it on his end or something, but I haven't get anything
Well,
from you.
the handy thing with making a payment on PayPal is certainly when I open it up, it knows I'm sending it to you, so you want dollars. But I just put in how many dollars I want to send you, and it tells me what that is in pounds. So I don't even have to think about it. I just have to think about, okay, I'm going to send Jose $30, so I put in $30, and then it comes out as whatever it is, £25 something, I think it is. You know, but you could easily put in $13.13 or 666 or because Sliced by Kane likes to do that, doesn't he? He likes to send you 666.
Yeah, he asked you for the conversion like before. Yeah.
Well, I don't even have to do it. It tells you. You put in what I want to send you, and it tells you because it already knows what the conversion rate is.
Yeah, what my favorite, my preferred receiving payment type of thing is, so it will tell you in your end, All right, one small clip. This is kind of a Stingray. This is for you. Sigma Octantis explained on flat Earth. Here we go. This is just music, so I'm gonna mute it. This is some kind of a graph. Sorry, this is the quality that we're getting out of this. 480, yeah.
Well, if the Earth is flat, why can't I see it?
I have no idea how to understand, how to read this graph, if it makes any sense.
Well, no, that dude needs to fucking run away from the coastline if all those bodies are flying into the water like that.
Yeah.
That's going to create some serious displacement.
Look at that. He got skills on graphs. Stingray? Not. He got more skills than me. Put it that way.
So
it's 480p upscale to 120p.
Is that centered over the North Pole?
Wait a minute. This is the problem with all flat earthers, and this is what you have to do. You have to start out with the assumption that the truth is that the Earth is flat no matter what. Then from that assumption, you have to then fit, well, what happens to the light from these stars? Well, they all bend very differently at different rates based on where you are. And of course you can make up magic that fits fucking reality like that. But you have to you have to bend the light at all different rates based on different stars that change based on position. And there is no explanation for that bending light. And there's no explanation of how it would be variant based on your position. There's no way to test whether that's true. So it's completely undetectable, like made up bullshit magic.
They got this little personal, this dome type of thing. Like it must be at any point, at any millimeter one away from another, you gotta be thousands and millions of these domes for different observers. So if you got 3 observers in different parts, you gotta put 3 of these domes and try to do this movement at the same time and see how it's gonna look. It's some kind of magical bullshit, man, going on here.
Isn't it just?
The weird thing is, I think what is it? The Trigger Limey and Rachel was in the chat, and I was just randomly listening. And I think I need to speak to Rachel again, because the one thing that flat earthers don't get is, and we don't do this a lot, is give me a statement that can only be true on one. So in other words, let's come up with a single statement that if the Earth is flat, then X. If not X, Earth not flat, and X can't be on a sphere. And the crazy thing is, there are loads of things that fit that bill, but not one of them is brought up by a flat earther, because they just don't exist outside kind of the misconception. Like, you start out with the Earth is flat. Oh, well, look, everything works on a flat Earth. Yes, if you make up magic, but not if you stick to reality.
You gotta bend reality so much to make this work for just one specific observer at a specific point in time, in a specific location. The hoops and loops that they jump through to try to make this work is amazing. It's commendable, man. Stingray, shout out to you, brother. Thank you for your support on PayPal, man. Big time. I really thank you.
Not a problem. Just do more shows.
Yes. No, this is day one. I left it as the day one. I'm challenging myself to do a daily basis. It doesn't, because if I got something to do early in the morning, I'll do it in the afternoon. If I got something in the afternoon, I'll do it much later in the afternoon. If I know I'm not gonna be home at nighttime, I'm gonna do it very early in the morning. So I'm gonna push myself and take myself out of whatever I was doing, not doing the show, and I'm gonna beat that, and I'm gonna do the daily shows, even though if it's just looking at stuff like this and analyzing videos and stuff.
I mean, you can make this incredibly entertaining by giving the panel bingo cards, where we get to choose different phrases out of a collection of phrases before playing a video and see who the fuck wins.
Amen. Hey,
I was doing fine with that other bloke until he mentioned the Bermuda Triangle. That weren't even on the bloody card.
Yeah, how about that? Now, this is the last one I got here. This is, how can there be day and night on a flat Earth? This one sounds promising. By Fidok.
Okay, we'll see.
Right. I don't know if there's voice or music. If there's music, I'll mute it. Here we go.
How does the sun work on a flat, stationary Earth?
Please tell.
It's easily explained by using a torch.
Here we go. Stingray, man. He's gonna get you with a physical model. He's got an AE map in the right type of AE map. He's got a like a domed glass crystal, and he's got a flashlight. We never seen this before. Are you ready?
A magnifying dome and an AE map.
Dramatic music.
Here we go. Whee!
Right.
Isn't this fantastic?
So Earth has a magnifying dome, does it?
Yes. So let me get this straight. So long as the sun has got a big cone on it that cuts out light from going left or right and focuses it in one direction, so long as we've got that, something not observed, not testable, and completely against reality, and so long as you are inside a domed curved surface, then you'd be able to illuminate half of a flat sphere. But you still wouldn't be able to create sunrise and sunset consistently like we see in reality for more than one observer at any one time. That's only accomplished on a sphere. This is just desperation of very delusional people. It really is.
Yeah. To them, it makes sense, dude. It made sense for the longest time. This made sense to me. If I looked at this, I said, dude, I'm going to share this.
Yeah, but
This
wait a
is
minute,
amazing.
Jose, if this made sense to you, how did you rationalize that? Okay, so light doesn't matter whether, I mean, people call it artificial light. What the fuck does that mean? Light is light, end of, whether it was generated by source A or source B. It's just light. But light works on the inverse square law of intensity. When is that never not true? So now, if you have a local sun that's moving and the distance increases from yourself double while you can still see it, that's a quarter of the fucking light gone. That is not what we observe. It's such a foundational principle. You still have to invent magic. I don't get how people would ever rationalize this.
All right, a big shout out to Mr. Cracklecat. I didn't receive that 13 US dollars, but maybe, I mean, I don't see anything have on hold in here in my end. But thank you very much. If it went through in your end, I know it's gonna drop. It's gonna drop on my end at any time. It just might be lost in the matrix temporarily. But thank you so much for your support, brother. If that's the case. You see how he showed like the sunrise and sunset in here as a like this. Look how it rises and go down right here. Whoop! You see that? And like whoop, ascending and descending with the firmament.
Oh, a load of old bollocks.
It's mind blowing. If I was a flat earther, bro, this would be my go-to. Look at how amazing that looks.
Wow.
Yeah, the problem with it is it only becomes useful when you measure it against reality and say, hey, look, this demonstration, this model predicts this, and here's it in reality. That only works in a globe, a rotating planet orbiting a distant sun. It doesn't work on anything where you have a local sun and more than one observer.
Yeah, man.
Really gets my goat this when people just say, oh, look at this random fucking lens on a desk and me with a tiny little torch. Two things that just don't exist in reality prove the flat earth. No, that's not how you do that. Show me a prediction that model makes. Show me how it matches reality, because it fucking doesn't.
Yeah, so this Rumble page, as I say, I found it via Power Slap, watching a sport about slapping each other. And then I said, let me look it up. And would you type Flat Earth, the most recent? And there's actually content, look, 5 hours ago, 9 hours ago, 11 hours ago. So people is posting shit in here about the Flat Earth, I guess. I don't know. The shocking truth about the stars, look, all those bullshit stars, not out of focus stars, I guess, is what you're going to get in the video. It's a bunch. I watched maybe 5 or 6 little videos, but they were so cringy. So I'm talking about Masons, about a lot of memes that didn't have any context. Flat Earth is real. Glass dome. You can win a Nobel Prize. Oh, this sounds interesting. It's a 29-second TikTok video. Let's take a little look at this guy right here. Oh, man, are you ready? I am. Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, I had him muted early. He will.
You know, you read and you believe tide is caused by most gravity. If you can prove that theory is wrong, tide is not caused by most gravity, do you think you can win a Nobel Prize? Check out read the description. I show you a way how to win Nobel Prize to prove tide is not caused by most gravity. Have a great day. Read the description.
So he linked on how to win a Nobel Prize if you can prove that gravity doesn't cause tides. Stingray, you gonna be on it? You want a Nobel Prize? I'm gonna share you a link. I'm gonna share a link to this from YouTube. So if you want to win a Nobel Prize, follow these instructions. And I'm gonna post it in Discord also. Go ahead, man.
Well, the tides aren't solely caused by the moon. That's like a very small part of it. The sun and the moon cause tides via the mechanism of our rotation, but not just the moon. That's ridiculous.
Oh man, you gotta love it, man. Flat Earth believers, like memes about the.
But it was his theory about what causes tides that made me chuckle.
Hollow Earth. This girl. Wow. Return of the Flat Earth. JV Truth. This sounds like a RV Truth, like the Russian Vids type of crew. The firmament and the dividing of the waters. You say like I did. I don't have to look at this because many books of the Bible. I've talked about the Bible, and they put a bunch of big bold letters with some angelical music, and they show some random background. It makes no fucking sense. That's nothing. Means nothing to me.
Wasn't the Bible edited at the Council of Nicaea?
Yeah, like the globalism equals Freemasonry equals Judaism. This means nothing to me. This video, even if I watch it.
Well, I did leave a comment on somebody's Twitter post earlier on because he's basically saying that Freemasons are atheists. And I said, no, atheists can't be Freemasons. They're not allowed.
Yeah, even Karim B made it here. Look. And yeah.
What, when she's not busy bothering Sasquatch?
Yes.
Who I think took out a restraining order on her.
The Mayan calendar proves flat Earth. How about that?
Right.
Your
Okay.
all-time favorite president is back on Facebook. What Big Tech did to me and you was an absolute disgrace. They have viciously censored the.
Sorry, I had to listen because it looks like AI.
The Mayan calendar is proof that Earth does not move through space. Maya long count is 5,125 years. To track this, the Maya used the sun, the moon, Venus.
The Mayan calendar used to look at all the sending closed captions, but writing it. Hey, welcome to the globe. Look at that. Oh, here we go. Flat Earth. Stingray, look at that graph. Look at that sizes and the heights of these bodies over a flat Earth. Isn't that amazing?
The sky rotates east to west.
That is some.
He might be watching you. Really.
Big shout out to Snesley White. Snesley White, did you just hit me up on PayPal? Thank you so much, brother. Thank you very much. I think it's you.
Oh, Gary. Why are you so mean?
Mayan calendar, eh?
There's all this fuss about the world was going to end in whenever it was, because that's when the Mayan calendar ran out. Well, I mean, you know, they set their calendar up for X number of years, and of course their calendar outlived them. Got nothing to do with the end of the
Moving
bloody
magnetic
world.
fields create electricity.
We live in a magnetic field, says. I gotta go pee. I'm gonna stay a few extra minutes, but I gotta go pee, so
Okay.
The floor is yours, gentlemen. This is a short video. I'm gonna play it back. Let me see if I can beat my record and be back in 1 minute 29 seconds. Doubt it.
Oh dear. Be small. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. No, that could be anything. Oh, he didn't make it. Come on, Jose.
Yeah.
No, it's finished. No,
Nailed
yeah.
it.
No, it's finished ages ago, mate. Sorry.
Oh man. So yesterday I started listening to there was a video clip about the shields, flat earth shields. I said like, yeah, I got an idea about what it is. But I start playing it, and actually the beginning of the video was really interesting. It was David Wise and another guy on a Zoom meeting, like an older video. He looked a lot younger. The video was bad quality, but it was David Wise and another guy being inducted by a third person to be a Freemason, like a higher order or whatever. Now I induct you, you're the higher order of whatever, and they go like, yeah, thank you very much. And then after that, it became all these, a bunch of names of the flat earthers names and little graphics about the Freemason and the logo, like the OK symbol, and putting the hands together with a bunch of numerology bullshit going on through the rest of the video. But the beginning was actually cool, man. Let me see if I can find that, because that means that I don't know. It was a good call out to David Wise being a Freemason or whatever. Let me see how I look this up.
Oh, all sorts of people can be Freemasons. I mean, I used to go paintballing with a chap. He was, I think he was an American who came over here and stayed here. Yeah, he became a Freemason. I just said, yeah, right, whatever. It's not for me. I'm really not interested. I mean, it's just a boys' club. But
yeah,
they wouldn't let me in anyway because I'm an atheist, and Freemasons, I believe, have to believe in some sort of a supreme being. I think they are broadly Christian, but I think if you believe in the supreme being of some shape or form, then they'll go, yep, you can come in. But if you say you're an atheist, nope. And yet you'll hear all these idiots saying, oh, Freemasonry is hiding God and Jesus. No, it's not.
I wish I saved that, but I didn't. I don't know. This is gonna be a little tricky to find. And it was like a catchy thumbnail, so I know when I see it. I don't remember what it looked. Oh yeah. I know I scroll. I skip a few pages, scrolling, and in one of them says something about.
Oh, so doesn't this Rumble setup show your history then? Or is this your history? Oh, no, I don't know.
This is it. This is it.
Ah.
Oh no. No, it wasn't by Eric Dubay. It wasn't by Eric Dubay.
Because before tonight, I'd never heard of Rumble.
Right?
Yeah, I've Never seen the platform before.
Yeah, I did. I was looking for because I used to get uploaded Power Slap. Dana White created a new branch of the Ultimate Fighting, and he created the Power Slap where two guys come slap the shit out of each other back and forth. And he did some kind of rules, and so he made it by the Athletic Commission, and he did the whole thing right. There's still the original Power Slaps going in other parts of the world. Russia is really big in it, but Dana White want to make it a sport. So I was getting uploads in X page about the episodes, but the finale wasn't there, wasn't dropping, and I started looking it up. They said, watch the finale in Rumble. I said, let me see what that is. And it's for free, and they actually is uploaded, and it's for free. I was like, oh, it's like a YouTube type of thing.
Yeah.
So let me get this in another page and check on the history and see if it shows, because how do I log this up? Because I'm not sign up or sign in. I don't think it's gonna give me. Well, yeah, no, it's gonna be tough for me to find that. Anyway, try to find. I'll try to bring it to our attention in the next one.
Cool.
I'm about to wrap it up and get out of here. Let me take a quick look over here.
Oh yes, it's it's getting towards bedtime over here.
It's like midnight over there for you, huh?
No, it's just gone 11 o'clock at night. It's about 5 minutes past. Yeah.
That's not too bad.
No, it's not too bad.
Everybody, you can win a Nobel Prize. Find a link around. I'm gonna on private the daily nonsense that is the text channel that is used in the daily basis in the Daily Boom Discord server. I'm gonna private the Daily Boom Live, which will only be open during the live shows. So, as I say, this is day one. It will be open daily on a period of a few hours a day. Big shout out to everybody watching. Big shout out to Chris Berry came in as a little bit of fun when he came in. It was fun, the whole show, but I like seeing the opposite view coming in over and try to present their points and give us the opposite view is kind of interesting to hear their views and thoughts on these shenanigans. Big shout out to everybody who supported me today. Big time. Big thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I feel fresh. Look at myself and I feel clean. That nice short haircut. Nice kind of shave, looking good. Got my little old earring on. Feeling good, man. Exciting. Not that bearded weirdo, crazy looking Jose JG that we have for a long time. It's actually a normal looking human being, Jose JG, going on over here. So that makes me feel great. Mr. Malorti here. Mr. Malort, I would like you to, hopefully you can talk to us, and I want to give you a shout out for your support, and I want to give a shout out to West Side Girl. What can you tell us about that channel called West Side Girl?
Okay, hey, can you hear me? I'm in my car driving. I'm doing a lemon bird, but I'm not texting, and I got my seatbelt on. I decided to start a reaction channel. I've been thinking about one for a lot. I like reactions to music, and it's actually the girl who's very easy on the eyes, and I think Farmer Boys can tell you that too.
I can tell you that too. I seen a video or two, and she's
you've
beautiful
seen it,
looking girl. Something nice to look at.
He's actually a former student of mine that I teach with now.
Nice.
So she came full circle, and one day she walked into my room, and I was just playing some music, and she's like, "What the hell is that?" She's like, "It's good, but I don't know what it is." And I'm like, "There's my reaction channel. I'm gonna expose this girl to the music I like and stuff like that." So that's what I came up with. And we've been doing, and we got 100 subscribers at the moment. Irish Demon helped us out a lot with that. And we're having some fun with it. So, I mean, if you check it out, and I just re-uploaded Surrender, because I didn't realize somehow in the transferring it got cut out. So I got the full song in there. Thank you.
Yeah, this right here, West Side Girl. Just so we can take a quick look at the format.
How it works, but anything that's playing on that channel, because it'll say it's copyrighted, but this person lets YouTube use it and stuff like that. So, I mean, you're safe playing it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to play the intro a little bit so we can take a look at the
intro. Yeah, and the intro is
just
free YouTube music. Yeah, so that's cool. Go ahead.
Nice, man. All right.
And welcome to West Side Girl Reacts.
Sounds
hey
like you,
y'all,
Mr.
I'm
Malort.
West Side Girl.
That she is.
So, what are we doing today?
Today we are doing a song, and this is a hill I'm willing to die on. The best true rock and roll song ever written.
Okay, so the rating should be closer to 10.
Yeah, I'm hoping it is.
Okay.
And it could reflect you too.
Let's listen.
Okay, true rock and roll song. What I'm saying is 3 verses, a chorus, a bridge, and as a rock and roll song. And we're going to listen to a little band out of Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
I just wanted to put kind of just a few seconds. I just play the first 1 minute introduction. We can see the two of you kind of chatting on what reaction you're gonna do. It's cool. It's cool format, man. I like it.
Yeah, we're having some fun with it.
Reaction videos.
Yeah, and each Saturday we've been doing Pink Floyd The Wall. I want to go through the whole thing because it's something that you shouldn't see just isolated pieces of it. So we usually, I'm doing a live version, so we do 3 or 4 songs each Saturday for a live reaction.
Right.
So
I watched,
if you want.
My personal experience, I heard recently and watched the video of Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers from 1965, which I was unaware. I lived under a rock, I guess. I know the song, in many movies or whatever, but it's an awesome song. The way he sing it in the live version of 1964 or 65. Love those type of reactions. I love, Queen, some of the Queen videos, the 1981 in Montreal, Canada, the whole live performance. Somebody to Love, one of my favorites in the live 1980. So I do like videos and reaction videos. So I'll be more keen in if I read any interesting like titles of songs that I haven't heard before, that I hear it for the first time, and if I'm interested, I say, you know what, let me pause it, let me go listen to the original, and then I come back and watch the reaction. So yeah, it's a cool thing, man. I like it.
Yeah, and we're stopping a little bit more now to discuss the song, and instead of letting, like you said, if you want to hear the whole song, go. So I'll put a link in, and you could go hear it play through, because I want to see the reaction video. Because the videos bother me, the reaction videos, when the people just sit there and bob their heads for 4 minutes, and then, oh, that was awesome. And that's not a reaction.
Yeah, true.
There are some very good reaction videos out there, because obviously I'll see the ones that are playing the music, and it's amazing when you see people react to, say, Leonard Skinner's Freebird for the first time, and I think, you jammy bastards, I'd love to be able to listen to that for the first time again. Yeah, because obviously I know it inside out and back to front, but it's nice to see proper reactions of people who get it,
I appreciate. I watched some of Mr. Video reaction. He's a black guy with dreadlocks. He's amazing because it's funny. I actually watched him react to some movies, but one of my favorite reactions of him is of the song Suspicious Minds, one of the live performances by Elvis Presley. Because he starts very, very slow and very low, and then he go down and he go like whack, and the guy jump back like Elvis slapping, and he whang, he cracks up, he hit pause and he crack up, and he smoke a little weed during his video. So it's kind of a fun thing, depends how your reaction. So if you gotta pause it every once in a while to actually do a legit reaction, how you feel, if you want to laugh, if you want to cry, it is good stuff, man. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of weed, this is like the first time I'm ever listening to Pink Floyd while smoking weed, because like when it came out, I was too young, and then I joined the army and I couldn't, and it is awesome.
Yeah, but it's awesome anyway. You don't need weed for Pink Floyd, trust me.
Oh, I know, but then Saturday's usually the day I just say F it all, and we'll both hook up a little bit and just this is really good.
Yeah. Well, this is West Side Girl Reacts. There's a link to that channel on the YouTube chat box. Check it out for those who are interested in reaction
Farmer's
videos and
Boy
stuff
does
like that.
it and is always there. And who else was one? He was with you on the last Saturday. He's always giving you money too. Real,
nice.
Real good guy. Yeah.
Can't remember which one that was.
Another subscriber. Yeah. Crap, I can't think of it offhand. I don't think he's in here today, but he's always giving you money. Really good guy. I want to shout him out, but I can't think of his name. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah. Also, Stingray. I don't know your relation with Red's Rhetoric, but he put on Twitter he was looking for someone to do some 3D rendering for him. I don't know if you want to. I suggested you. I don't know where you stand on that or not. So if you're just interested in seeing what he wants.
Yeah, I don't. Well, yeah, if it's simple, I don't mind.
Yeah.
If I have to give a shit and do a lot of work, I will mind.
Yeah, I'm just he reached out and he said something about it, and I tweeted that Stingray, who hangs around on his channel, does it. So, and that's all I said, just to let you know.
Nice. Now, before we get out of here, Better Than Gold say, I'm back, baby, and I'm calling bullshit. Dude, rest in peace, Bob Nuttall. He passed away a few days ago, for those who didn't know, and he's calling lies. Somebody already calling it fake and lies. It's rough, man. It's rough. I just wanted, bring this to the attention, guys.
It really didn't take very long for that bullshit to start, did it?
No, man.
I mean, when his wife posts on Facebook that he's passed away, you kind of think, yeah, he probably has passed away.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace and strength and keep going forward to Cami Nuttall and her close friends and family.
I heard it was a motorbike accident. Is that what I heard, or do you guys?
No, apparently that's a bullshit story as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have but from a while I heard he had a heart condition, so I don't know exactly what factor could that have played in his passing.
His wife was in the chat on Jaren's show the other day, and she said it was complications from an enlarged heart.
There you go. Yeah, heart complications. Yeah, he's dead, man. Yeah, but condolences. Yeah, he wasn't a friend. I never spoke with him personally, but he was known in this corner of the YouTube. So yeah, our condolences to him and his family. There's an obituary in Mr. Robert Lawrence Nuttall at age 62, passed away on Thursday, April 6th. And he gives a little bit of a backstory for him. They're going to do a memorial, a get-together, Saturday, April 15, on Lots Park in 126 Beverly Road, Greenville, South Carolina, right? 29609. So everybody is invited. I guess, yeah.
I won't be able to make that one.
Super Noodle Doodle, man.
His legend will live on.
Indeed. All right, let's get out of here. Let's do some final thoughts. Big shout out again to everybody who supported Super Chat, PayPal, and to you guys for being here and hanging out with us. It was cool to be back. And this is day 1. Tomorrow will be day 2 of the live shows. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna do this. I don't even call it the Daily Boom anymore because I'm not even here daily. But if I do past 15 days without a break, then I'm gonna have to start calling it Daily Boom again because that's my threshold. 15 days without a break.
Okay.
And hopefully more. It's decent. 15 days is decent. All right. Final thoughts, Farmer's Boy.
No, thank you. It's been a good stream. And thank you for making my brain melt with that guy we was watching earlier on. I mean, blimey. Yeah, that's it's been a lot of fun and thank you very much and we'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Maybe not quite so late.
Hopefully not too late. Yes, indeed.
Cool.
Before we continue, a quick shout out to Mr. Crackle Cat, Tody, UK, good to see you, brother. We need critical thinking, good to see you again. Your Pick 7 organizer in the house. Very good to see you all. Extra J, shout out, man. Patio Furniture. So on and on and on. Gary Webenga pop in the chat too, and he's here. Hopefully we can get some final thoughts from you, Gary Webenga. What you got, man? Message for the audience and for me.
I was half listening through the whole thing. I was doing yard work at the time, so I was daydreaming most of the time.
Still, any thoughts that you want to share with the audience and us for us to get us going?
Yeah, field of view perspective compression is your imaginary curve. That's it.
There you go. Boom. Thank you very much. Mr. Malord, final thoughts?
Hour. I appreciate it because it's winding down my day, so it makes my drive home better. And thank you for the plugs to my channel. And please feel free to drop by and request a song. I will do a song for you, Jose, and definitely Farmer's Boy, even Gary. Gary, I'd like to know what you listen to. Honest to God, really, I would.
Very cool, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep. Nestle Wipes, final thoughts. Oh, he wants to go last. Let's go with the Stingray. Final thoughts.
Yeah, good to see you, Jose. You don't even need to do one every day. It could be every other day. I think your channel started growing when you started getting on a schedule that people could kind of count on. I think that's the key to a lot of like the entertainment type shows and stuff. But yeah, I'd just like to challenge any flat earthers out there. I had an extension built. My extension has got 2 windows in the roof. Now, I needed to know throughout the year where that sunlight was going to be cast in the room, because I didn't want the position of those windows to cast light into my eyes when I'm sitting in the seating area. And the way that I did that is I planted my fucking house on the globe at the correct latitude, orientated it to the sphere, rotated the sphere around a distant sun, and it predicted it with 100% fucking accuracy, which coincidentally made me move my center kitchen island about 6 inches, because it just so happened that where it was, I can't remember which month it was in, but the sun was enough to make it into your eye line if you were cooking at a certain time of day. And that there is a practice of something that I couldn't do using a flat model to represent it, using perspective, compression, any other made up bullshit. If anybody thinks they can, please work with me. I will do my utmost to make it work on a flat earth, but it just doesn't. I needed the globe, and it worked, and it matched reality. Cheers, Jose.
Cheers, the Stingray. Thank you so much for your support and for being here and all that stuff. For sharing your knowledge with us and for being good game and good spirit on, on dealing with my illiteracy sometimes, because hey, that's keeping it real, bro. Nestle Wipes, you're there for final thoughts. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you for your support. Shout out to the other Merle. Shout out to everybody who came in and left. Good to hear from Carlos. He lost like 50 pounds. He looks like a frog now. Thank you very much, everybody. Jose JG out. I'm not going to say boom until we squeaky earth. Hey. Good night, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Here we go. Boom. Thank you.